Hey guys, it's Calxiyn. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on a couple things. I wanted to record this originally in Arnold's office, but he's not here right now and I don't want to mess with his stuff. So I was just like, we're gonna have a nice chat in the bathroom, except it's not a nice chat. And if you guys have been with us for the past 2 RWBY volumes, you guys will be like, no fucking way. How can this even be possible? So let me just go through the whole story for you, okay? So, RWBY Volume 6, I have an Asus computer that has, been with me for 7 years. It was my elementary school, high school, and university computer. It has a hard drive failure, okay? And it is basically, like, dead, right? And so I take it somewhere to get it fixed, and I'm like, this computer is 7 years old. That is pretty, like, lengthy in terms of it being alive by these types of computer standards, if that makes sense. And I just thought, I'm making, like, okay enough money on YouTube to sort of justify the purchase of a new computer, right? And it's also a school expense, right? Because I need a computer to do my schoolwork, obviously. So it just sort of made sense all around to buy a new one. And that is an ABS computer. So just to clarify, the 7-year-old computer, that is the Asus, that was the one that sort of had the hard drive failure, and we took it somewhere, they replaced the hard drive, but I decided, hey, I'll buy another computer. I kind of need a new computer anyway, and so I got an ABS computer, and that one worked, like, pretty well for the first 8 months, and then RWBY Volume 7 rolls around, and the ABS computer, the liquid cooling, basically leaked all over the GPU and, like, fried a bunch of stuff in there. And I was like, okay, this is under warranty, everything's fine, and I still have my Asus. It'll be okay. Then I boot up my Asus, and my Asus blue screens and has some sort of error, right? And so I'm like freaking out because I had 2 computers and now I have 0 in the matter of literal hours. Like, I can't even explain. I think what happened is I was installing Adobe Premiere to sort of get going and get started on the Asus, and like everything just crashed. And that Asus computer needed Windows reinstalled and needed a bunch of stuff fixed. And so took it back to the place, again, the same place a year later to fix all that stuff, right? And at the end of it all, they were like, oh, we fixed it, but your SSD is gonna fail in 6 months. And I was like, what do you mean it's gonna fail in you fixed it. What do you mean it is going to fail in 6 months? You fixed it a year ago. You ordered the part, right? So you gave me an SSD to install in my computer that would only last me 2 years, because now you're saying, oh, it's gonna fail in 6 months, by the way. Like, I'm so irritated with them, and we are not going back to them this time. So if you guys have been paying attention, right? Asus computer has died twice now, all right? ABS computer has only died once at this point in the story. Now, they sent me a replacement because it was in warranty. It wasn't the exact same model, but they let me pick basically from a list. I guess they didn't have the model that, I had before anymore, and so they, had me pick from a list, and I picked one that I thought was the superior model out of the 4, right? And now, like 2 months later, right, I got that computer the end of December, I think, or like maybe mid-December. Now it's, February, and February 14th, you know what happens? The WHEA uncorrectable error, and it is stuck in a boot up loop. And so I'll post some sort of videos down below so you guys can see what I'm talking about just from Twitter, just because I can't edit this, it's on my phone, right? So you guys will sort of be able to see, if you look at Twitter, the exact error. But I was listening to a YouTube video, I was posting stuff on Patreon, like nothing crazy, like we weren't getting all crazy in here, we weren't playing a game at ultra settings or anything, like, I was just like listening to a YouTube video and posting on Patreon, and then the blue screen happened, and I'm like, okay, well sometimes blue screens just happen. Like, I had blue screens with the other ABS computer, but they just went away. Like, it happened one time and it never happened again. So that, again, the ABS computer that had the liquid cooling explode or whatever, right? And so I was like, okay, it's a new computer, shit happens. I wasn't too worried, right? But then it got stuck in a boot up loop. So it was like, okay, you got this error, we'll restart for you, and it would restart, try to do an automatic repair, and then it would crash again and say, you have a uncorrectable error, let us restart for you, and it just got stuck in that sort of loop. And the furthest I got was it actually loaded into my wallpaper, and I saw the Calxiyn, little Calxiyn, chibi Calxiyn wallpaper, and I was like, guys, what if everything's okay? And it wasn't, and it crashed again. So that is the furthest I got. I can't even get into my computer, right? When the liquid cooling sort of exploded on the GPU, I could still plug my monitor into my motherboard, start up the computer, get all my files off, but this is like a hard drive failure as far as I understand. I called Windows. They were like, yeah, it's probably your hard drive. It doesn't have an error code number. It just says like the error, because usually Windows like blue screens will have an error code. It'll be like 0x like 447 or something. That's just something I made up. You guys understand what I mean? Like it'll be under the error message, but it didn't have that. So I called Windows and they were like, yeah, it's your hardware, sorry, we can't do anything. And I was just like, really? Like this computer is literally brand new. And I did read somewhere, like if your computer doesn't have any issues within the first year, it's probably like okay, right? Like just like, you know, if you can get past the first year without any issues, your computer is fine. But like it's literally been 2 months this, and I was like just distraught because we lost the entirety of the Oscars, okay? I back up everything. I had everything except for the Oscars and a My Hero Academia reaction because they were just so fresh, right? Like I didn't even think that I would need to store them because I store everything else like after it's uploaded to YouTube, like just in case I uploaded the wrong thing or the wrong file. Like that has happened before with Kaguya Lovin's War a couple times. I just like, oh, I put episode 5 footage and called it episode 6, like oops, right? But this is like we lost the entire Oscars. We recorded for 2 hours and we lost all of it, and I was like going to edit it that same day, right? And so I had edited the bloopers out. I was like, oh, this is funny, like let's just post this, you know, for the time being, just because I don't know when this is gonna be out. And then everything died. So called ABS. They were like, okay, it's probably your SSD, we'll send you another one. And you know, they didn't send me a confirmation email, they didn't send me any record of our conversation, right? So I started to get nervous and I was like, hello. So I called them again today and basically, you know, was like, hey, I called here on Friday. You know, I just want a tracking number or an email or a status update. And the guy was like, well, you know, it's actually at your house. So the SSD is at your house now, probably. I just checked the tracking and I was just like, okay, I still want a record though for my records, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing. I asked them, I was like, am I going to get a year warranty on this replacement computer? And the guy was like, well, no. But, you know, if there are any problems with it, we can fix it for you. So they basically, like, said if they were going to replace my computer, I was not going to get a year warranty. And, like, that extended warranty I got was basically useless, right? All that other stuff. And so I just want everything to be clearly recorded as to what's going on. Because, like, listen, they have helped me. Okay, like I'm not gonna deny that. They did great replacing my computer. It was a very like stress-free experience once I actually got to talk to someone. It seems like if you pester them enough, right? Like the first time with the liquid cooling situation, I emailed, I called, and I called again, and finally, you know, everything got sorted out. But I'm just really upset because I'm like, this is a brand new computer, and you knew you were giving a replacement to a girl who had, like, lost her computer? Like, did you guys, I don't know. Because I'm not saying that it's entirely their fault, but I'm like, this hard drive, like, you know, how did the guy at the other computer place, how was he able to tell me that my hard drive was going to fail in 6 months? Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how he diagnosed that or how he knew that that was going to happen with the Asus I'm talking about. Like, he said that, like, oh, your hard drive's probably going to fail in 6 months with the Asus. Like, do they not do any sort of test on my new computer the same way that that guy did? And maybe that guy's talking out of his ass, right? I don't know. But I'm sure there's some way to, like, you know, like, just troubleshoot all the parts before you send it out to a customer who is already very upset. So yeah, there was that I was just sort of thinking about. I was just like, how can like these people sort of diagnose and tell me which parts of my computer are like, you know, gonna die in a couple months, but like they, you know, didn't like realize that there was something obviously faulty like with this SSD drive. I don't know. So the game plan now is Arnold and I are gonna record the Oscars here, okay, together, just because, like, I don't know if my Asus will be up for editing anything, right? I don't want to risk it, so, you know, Arnold's computer, knock on wood, is still okay, so his computer's gonna do everything, right? We're gonna record it here, edit it here, all that stuff, hopefully it's good. Now that the SSD is at my house, my mom's gonna take it to a different computer repair place, because we are not going to the same one from before that, like, fucked us over. We are not going there. It was like, oh yeah, we installed this for you a year ago? Well, actually, it's gonna fail in 6 months. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck's this? So that is that, basically. I don't really have anything else to say. I will update you guys about what's going on, because I'm asking my mom to take it just because I'm like, there could be the possibility that this could be fixed by the time I get home, or at least around when I get home, because it just sucks. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like in more recent videos you probably have, I can't remember anything I did on a whim that would, like, that you guys would see the new camera. I think maybe Kaguya has a new camera, and that's recently come out, right? Like, we have dual monitors, we have this whole new recording setup, we have, like, what I would say, like, I was saying to Hunter, like, this is our best quality. Like, we cannot, you know, surpass this other than changing into an entirely different room. Like, our camera is the best, our audio is getting better. Like, I, you know, tried to fix all that and all that stuff because we were having some problems with our microphone, but our microphone is okay, right? So, you know, like, we finally maxed out our quality, and now it's just about sort of the quality of us, right? Like, we have the best tools. How do we use them? Like, we improve on our editing, we improve on our delivery, we sort of just improve on our videos outside of the quality, because now quality is no longer an issue, right? The microphone, fine. The camera, like, stellar. Everything is sort of falling into place and beautiful, and I just wanted to record, and I just wanted to stream, and I just wanted the Oscars to be this, you know, big thing, and it still is gonna be a big thing, but it just fucking sucks that we lost all that work, first of all. And I guess it's my fault. I guess I can't just trust, like, I can't trust any computer anytime to do anything, so I'm just gonna have to back everything up on external drives all by myself. You know what I mean? Just back some stuff up on, like, external drives that I paid for, because you never know when your hard drive is gonna fail on you, sis, right? So, you know, all that sort of stuff. I lost my train of thought. It's just like, I just want to get back into doing this without all of these issues. Like, you know, what is this now? 4 computers have broken on me in the past 2 years? Like, not 4 different computers, but the same 2 computers twice each, right? Or I guess the same, like, ABS1, ABS2, and then the ASUS. So the ASUS is responsible for 50%, and then the other 2 ABSs, right? But anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. So I am computerless. That's why there have been no, like, sort of extra videos this week other than the Animal Crossing stuff, because obviously we did that at Arnold's house. So, yeah. Yeah. That's basically it, everybody. So, yeah, I guess the last thing I want to say is, like, the only reason that I'm trying to be so diligent about, like, hey guys, like, look in the description, like, for sort of the Twitter videos, is just, like, I don't want people to think I'm doing this because it's like, oh, well, you know, Cal, like, she's trying to make a delay on purpose or something like that, or, like, oh, she's trying to, like, get your money by saying all these computer issues are happening, right? Because, like, I haven't opened up a GoFundMe. I haven't been like, oh, guys, like, my computer's broken. Can you give me $1,000, like, 4 times, like, each time it's happened? Like, no. And I haven't done that at all, and it's like, I wouldn't do that in this situation, because the company is responsible, and they need to be held responsible. I can't just be like, oh guys, like, my computer's broken, and the company was like, fuck you, right? And maybe it will get to that point where, you know, they just ignore me and, like, we're gonna have to think of some alternatives, but I would never jump to, like, hey guys, I'm having issues, like, give me your money. No. So I'm just trying to show that these things are real and they are actually affecting me, and it's really pissing me off and driving me completely crazy, because all I want to do is make videos, guys. But yeah, that is it, I guess. I just wanted to, like, put that disclaimer, you know, just because, like, some people out here are a little bit wild, right? And so, again, no GoFundMes, like, no, unless, like, ABS decides to totally fuck me over, but, like, I have faith in them for now, so, you know, please treat your customer nicely, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.